Hey, what's happening? Been a long time, huh? Yep. Knew it was late. Just want to jump over here and just holler at a few people, man, and say thanks for all the support, man, that I had when I went to Nate's funeral. You know, people from Mount Bayou that came, the people from all over that came, Missouri, Illinois, and all the other people that came through. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, man. So, and I'm usually on before uh, any of this comes about or anything. So I just really kind of want to say, just thank you, man. Just coming through, you know, on some stuff. So I got to get back on my grind. Got to get back to helping people. Got to get back with the Reinvention Center. Got to get back with Sale with Sippy. And just got to get back to, you know, putting out work, putting out that content, man. It's been a long time, you know. I was sitting there thinking today, you know, that people always talk about, well, there's a name for everything. When people talk about, you know, like when a child loses his mother, the child becomes an orphan. When a spouse loses his, when a spouse loses his or her partner, you know, they become a widower. You know what I mean? So what's the term when a parent loses a child? There's no name for that. You know, I wonder is it because parents are supposed to bury their kids or I mean, what is it? I thought about that, you know, and so it's kind of odd that I never heard anything. What's up, JP? That I never heard a name for that, you know, and that was just kind of strange to me, you know. So, you know, within 2 years, man, you know, despite how it may seem, man, you know, I've lost two sons, man, two good sons too, man, you know, and it's been difficult, you know, even through my struggle, man. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I feel like Job being tested, you know what I mean? But all in all, man, I still fight. I still got things I got to do, and I still got to press on, you know what I mean? For my other sons who are still alive, for my friends and family who still believe in me, and for the public that I still long to serve. You know what I mean? I know I've been out of action for a minute, but I'll definitely be back in action, man. So I'm gonna rise up. I gotta go to a training, a conference, out of state for 3 days. It's a chaplain's conference that's gonna be in Texas, so I'm gonna be out there for 3 days. But when I come back, I'm gonna get on my grind. My nonprofit is set, so I gotta get to the Catholic school, man. So everybody who's gonna be willing to start that, man, I wanna hit the ground running there. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? You know, so I'm just on here, man. You see, I got my theme song. I can't stay too long, so I just wanted to come over and touch bases with some people. You know, some of the people that I love, man. All the people that love me, who showed me love throughout my transition from incarceration back to here. You know what I mean? The people that I fight for, the people whose family I fight for, the guys that I come and see, you know, in and out of Parson every day. So, you know, I wanted to come and get up some love, man. I was just kind of, you know, taking a step back when I was trying to, you know, be with my son through him struggling to fight for his life, man. You know, he lost that battle, but you know, I'm always a believer, man. I try to tell everybody everything is in God's timing. So it's not in my timing, it wasn't in his timing, but it was in God's timing. Everything that happened is always in God's timing. So I have to look at it through that, man, and and not be able to fold under that pressure. Hey, what's up, Pastor? How you doing, man? I still need to see you sometime, man. So, you know, and that's one of the things, man. And I was just telling them again, Pastor, like, you know, when a child loses his parent, he becomes an orphan. When a spouse loses his or her loved one, they become a widow. What does a parent becomes once he loses a child? What's the name for that? You know, I was just sitting there thinking about that today, man. I was just wondering, like, you know, is there a name for that? Or is that even in the book? You know, is it because a parent is not supposed to bury his or her child or anything? So I was just wondering that today, man. You know, sometimes I have those kind of thoughts, and I just wanted to sit down and write something about what's in the name. You know, like so we as a family, man, came together, man, and you know, we laid Nate to rest, man, and we just We did it peacefully. We did it without any drama. You know, every little drama, man, we try to nip it in the bud and just kind of kill that. You know, I know his brothers are hurting. I'm hurting. You know, I know the community is hurting. That's why I'm gonna try to have a service here in Mississippi for him. So I'll get the T-shirts up before the week is out. I'm designing them. So if you see the event, I'm just trying to gauge and see how many people are going to be there. We're gonna try to get with Mr. Smith so we can do it at the high school. We're gonna do it almost, almost like a funeral service, but we're gonna do it as a homegoing, man. It's gonna be. I want to try to take it. We already shared the sad moment up in East St. Louis, so I want to try to do it as a joyous moment. You know, what we celebrate his life. You know, so that's what the homegoing should be about. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure, too. You know what I'm saying? So I know you guys are still hurting, man. And the thing is, man, we just gotta push through. You know what I mean? We're gonna get up because he got kids of his own. You know what I mean? That we gotta be there for. He got Sharisha, he got Lil Nate, man, he got Najee, he got Norray, you know what I mean? Demarius, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just something that we gotta do. You know, we as his family, we as his friends, and we as a community, man, we gotta make sure that we continually stick together. You know, as a community, as a family, individually, because we still like Javarian wasn't able to make it, so I can only imagine how he feels because I felt the hurt and pain for him not being able to pay his last respect to his brother. And the thing was, you know, I experienced the same thing. I experienced the same thing when I was still incarcerated and Scoop died, Maurice Jr. You know, he died a month and a half before I became free. So just me knowing that they denied me to come to the funeral, that's when COVID was really first coming about, and I was at a camp, a place, in the federal system where there was no fence around it. You know what I'm saying? So I just really think that it's important, man, that we as his loved one, as his friend, you know, I see you, Chantel, that we wrap our arms around Demarius, because I haven't disclosed that to many people, but you know, when the time comes, man, I want to let James know that he got another nephew, a great nephew that's out there. I want to let Toot know that he got a nephew out there. You know what I mean? Regardless, man, there's no, you know, that's the truth. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want to take him and introduce him to the world, man. He got people that love him. So, hopefully, you'll be able to make it, or we can pick him up and bring him down here and everything. So, man, it's you know, it's no time for oh, I know. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, I know. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, we have no time for secrets. We got to wrap our arms around his kids and bring them up, man. Because I'm a man that believes that my family all my kids should know each other, all my grandkids should know each other. So it's no sugarcoating it. It's no hiding. What's done is done, man, and we can't change it. We can't change what happened on the 14th. We can't change what happened on the 25th. You know, that's behind us. The only thing we can do is change how we're moving for the future and for the days to come. So I just think that you know, during my hiatus, I did a lot of soul searching and thinking. You know, and I know that I was built, not necessarily built for this, only by God's design. You know what I mean? Not for the loss. I'll never get used to the loss. I'm just saying that I know I gotta push through it. You know, many days inside, man, my 23 years, man, you know, I used to count the hours and the days to when I would get a chance to spend time, you know, with Nate. And they had a law firm, the final law firm that did the push for me to come home. And the law firm asked me, who did I want to make my guardian angel? And so what I did was I ran about all my sons and stuff, and before anybody could say anything, they said, I'm the oldest, man, so I'm gonna be a guardian angel. And so I put him down as the guardian angel, and the lady Amy Can't Do, this was like a year about a year before I came home. So when the people made the last push for me, he said, "No, Pops, I got it." You know what I mean? He said, "I'm gonna be your guardian angel." Not knowing that he was speaking uh, metaphorically in future tense. And I thought about that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, had I not made him my guardian angel while I was still incarcerated, would he now be my guardian angel in heaven now? You know what I mean? So that's a lot. That's a lot for me to soak in. So, and I'm one who don't look for a pity party. What's up, Darren? One of my old sellers, man. He's free now, so I'm not one to. What's up, Trip? You know, so I'm not one to look for a handout, look for a pity party, man. But because you know, I consider myself a man's man. I'm gonna push through it. You know, I'm not better than you. You know, I always see people. I see my friends as equal, and that's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? No matter how much I had, I always see my friends as equal. I always see my friends and loved ones as equal. I always see my friends that I deal with every day as equal. You know, I always see my family, my sons. You know, even though I'm their father, they're men too. So I respect them as men. You know what I'm saying? You know. So what's up, baby? How you doing? Hey, everything good, man. I'm just chopping it up for a minute, playing some blues, man. I was just letting everybody know why I was out, and I posed the question, and I just want somebody to, you know, kind of give me an answer and think about it. It don't have to be today because I'll be back on my lives, man, and chilling with you guys and just sharing some things. You know, I said that when a child loses his parent, that child becomes an orphan. When a husband or a wife loses their significant other, they become a widower. So what's the name of a parent like myself who has lost a child? What do you call that? What do you call him or her? You know what I mean? It's just something we all, you know, society has always had a name for everything. I've never heard a name for that. I've never had to think about it. You know what I mean? But to think about it once was really hard, but to actually come around and have to think about it twice in less than 2 years has been even more, has been doubly hard. You know? And so, you know, so I want to always think about the why, the what's, the how, you know. And I always think about why he so adamant and spoke out. You know, yes, because he was the oldest and he and I were close when I was on the street. So we did a lot of things together, you know, so I was always trying to be, you know, in my son's life. It's not take away from any of their mothers, man. You know, they had good mothers. But I always wanted to know that, like, for all you men out there, man, you know, you are your child is your seed. Because you even look at it, you know, it's not to compare us to, even though we're the highest form of animals in the world, you know, when you breed, you're looking for that select strong males. Even in society with slavery, you know, society look for the strong male to breed with the female because he wanted that strong gene to carry on. So when you look at it, when you look at your kids, you can look at your kids 3 or 4 generations, and you can see the father's gene, you know, 4 or 5 generations. You know what I'm saying? And so I said that to say, man, I always try to teach my kids to be, my sons to be strong men who took care of their kids and showed their kid love no matter what the situation was. You know what I mean? That's between you and your child, to always be there for your child no matter what you're going through at home, no matter what you're going through before. You know, I had Nate at an age when I was 15. So I was at an age to where I hadn't become a man, but I was in the street pretty much doing manly thing. I come from a 2-parent home, so it was like I come from a big family also. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of older brothers and sisters who were like father figures to me. You know what I mean? And so, thank you, Lisa. You know, I try to always encourage them, even during my incarceration. You know, I wrote my kids letters. I wrote them. I ensured them in letters that you know, my sons, you know, now they read them now and say, man, I can see what you were saying then, but I didn't really understand it. You know, my father dropped some jewels on me that I didn't understand when I was a teenager or a child, or, you know, or as a young man growing up. You know, he always told me that No relationship is bigger than the child. If you got to walk away from the relationship in order for you to be happy, then walk away. But know that you have your seed there, your child there. That's your responsibility because that child ain't actually be in the world. You know what I mean? So I always remember that in terms of me having to be there for all my kids, in spite of who their mom was, in spite of what they were going through, in spite of what I was going through in Mississippi or Indiana or in Chicago or wherever. I always wanted to be there for my kids. You know what I mean? Regardless of what they were going through, I always wanted to be there for my kids. And so that's just one of the things, man, that I think my parents were instilling in me the will and the fortitude to always be a role model first for my kids, a spiritual advisor for my kids, and just a guide, because I can't guide them into what I want them to be. I had to try to guide them to be the best version of them that they could be. You know what I mean? So many parents hover over their kids and try to make them what they want them to be. I just always wanted my sons to be the best version of them. If Trey wanted to be a tattoo artist, I wanted him to be the best version of a tattoo artist that he could be. If Michael wanted to do marketing, I wanted him to be the best marketer that he could be. You know what I mean? And whatever Javarian or Nate chose to be, or Scoop chose to be, I wanted them to be the best version of themselves. Not me. I just wanted them to be the best version of themselves. So in me doing that, I felt like, I could say, job well done. You know what I mean? I didn't want them to follow my footsteps and think that they had to be sell drugs or be a street person or anything like that, because the consequences, there was no amount of money that I made that was worth spending 23 years of incarceration away from my kids. You know what I mean? And so, what's up, Mark? Man, I got to come through Belzone and see you, man, and check you out. It's amazing how we can meet way in Bennettsville, South Carolina. Oh yeah, my boy JP put me on this one, Junior. Mr. Creighton. John Creighton is on here with us, man. He put me on this song when I first got home. I hadn't been home 2 weeks, man, and he came by the house and checked on me, man, and he dropped that song right there on the running bell. I'll pay the shipping cost. And it's been in my playlist, man, since he gave it to me. So, what's up, Kent? I was telling people, man, that I got to get back on my grind, fighting for those of us who are in the struggle. There's so many African American men who are in the struggle. When I say struggle of incarceration, struggle of probation. You know what I mean? Like us, Daryl and Mark and all of us and stuff. So I just think that it's imperative, man, that we as people, have to come together and still push past that. I know a lot of you, if you weren't from Mount Bayou or you were in my inner circle, for a long time, you didn't even know my son was in the hospital. But those people who know me, know how much I love my kids, man, and know how much I care for, for my kids. And so that's one of the things that, I try to, and I try to keep not necessarily private for, because of being secretive. I just don't like drama. So whatever I and my sons or my family was battling during my son's illness and his fight with COVID, it just, one thing that they taught me that, man, nobody is untouchable, from COVID. You know what I'm saying? So it's so easy, man. And then I told people again, man, everything is in God's timing. No matter if he had called COVID or whatever it was, when it was time for God to call him home, it was just his time. September 14th was just his time. You know what I'm saying? And so we got through it without all the drama. What's up, bud? Glad you could join me for a minute. How you doing, Eric? So I was posing the question, man. Every time somebody come on, I'm going to ask that again. And I just want to ask that and just give y'all something to think about. So when the next time I come back on, so tell me in relationship to, when a child loses a parent, that child immediately become what society calls an orphan. You know, when a husband loses his wife, or when a wife loses their husband, they immediately become a widow. But what does a parent who loses a child become? What's the name and term for that? You know what I mean? You know, is there no name for it because of the the gross amount of pain that's associated with them, especially when it's a young, strong, vibrant child who is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Mm, yeah, yeah. But it's, you got orphan, you got widow. So what does it? So a lot of people don't think about it because no parent that's on this panel or in this world think that they're going to lose their child before them, or that. And I don't think that that's you know, in real life term or in real life thought, that's not even, to me, it's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem fair, but it happens every day. A lot of people don't think about it until it hits home. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things. So look at how many people that lose their child to the justice system. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many people, man, during my 23 years of incarceration that died, that couldn't bear the weight of incarceration, that committed suicide, that got into riots and ended up getting stabbed to death and everything. So I've seen this every day for, at one time, at least 7 to 8 people a month, getting killed, not even counting the suicide. Because to me, suicide is an epidemic when you're incarcerated. People don't really think about it because they're free, and they don't really think about what goes on inside the walls of incarceration. But me being in 7 different prisons and walking through those 23 years of incarceration, I seen suicide become an epidemic because people think when they see a strong person commit suicide, then it's like it gives them the green light to say it's okay. So nobody is checking that. No, there's no checks and balance system. That people think that people are looking for attention when they do that in the inside, or even when a child does it on the outside from bullying or anything like that. It's a way for them to escape the pain, because nobody is ready to deal with the pain of incarceration, and nobody thinks about incarceration outside their particular loved one. So they don't look at incarceration the way somebody who's actually in it. When I say in it, I'm saying like my sons, because I was really absent from them, when I became incarcerated. So they hurt a lot more than the average person. So they could think about it. They just didn't know what to do to give me free. And I was just telling people, for the people that came on late, how when the Can Do Foundation, this foundation right here, with Amy Povey, said that they'll help me. You know what I mean? They'll help me with all my motions and everything, and do the campaign and the push to get me free. What I did was, I went to my sons and told them that I need a representative, one of y'all who had time. I wanted them to volunteer. I didn't want to designate it. So I wanted them to volunteer to help me, like start the petition and do everything that was needed. And so immediately when I got all of them on the phone call together, all 5 of them, and I asked them, I said, look, I got this organization that's going to help me. The lady Amy, she's real good. She goes to Washington. She talks to the president all the time. So she needs somebody to be a guardian angel. That was the title that she gave the person that's helping the person who was incarcerated. And immediately Nate said, he said, man, I'm the oldest pop. I got it. I'm going to be the guardian angel. Before he could get Scoop, Michael, or Javarian, or Trey, anything, before he could let them say anything, that's what he said. And so I thought about that over the last, since the 14th, since he passed. I'm like, wow, And I went back and attempted to listen to the video, which I couldn't. They did an interview, and I'm going to repost it on my page. All 5 of them did an interview, and he told the people, he said, man, I'm his guardian angel. And so he was speaking then of now. You know what I mean? So he was my guardian angel while he was alive on earth. So now he's my guardian angel while he's in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show, man, how sometimes life, your kids, and they're telling you things, and it's not really registering to you at that particular moment. And so I sit around and I thought about that. So that's why I have been absent from my lives and everything. So I just wanted to come on and share some of that. Just share some love with you guys and thank everybody, man, who supported me till Erica, Chantre, y'all was able to come to the funeral. Everybody, man, who gave me support and love with my family to help me get through this, the prayers and stuff. I appreciate it, Lisa. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just, I think it's big, man, when people, because most of us are alive today because of a praying mother and father. You know what I mean? So even when we didn't have time to pray for ourselves, man, many mothers sit home at night, praying that their son or daughter would come out of the streets, man, and just do something better with their lives and stuff like that. So I thank you guys for the support, man. Class of 2000, Tay, Jay, Kamani, all of you guys that came up from Mississippi, Ben and Allwood, everybody, man, that came up from Mississippi to support us, and Nate, man, I really appreciate it and stuff like that. And us, laying him to rest. And then the people who going to attend when I have the homecoming celebration or homegoing celebration in Mount Bayou. You know what I mean? Just register for the event so I can kind of get an idea, engage, and I'm gonna try to put the t-shirts on the website before the week is out. So I got somebody working on that. I got his brothers working on that. You've seen the shirts that we had on at the film. They won't quite be that elaborate because those were kind of expensive. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get something that's affordable, that still looks good and stuff. That's a representation of him. That's a representation of the class of 2000, and that's a representation of the good-hearted, kind, person who always had that big smile on his face, that Nate was and stuff. So I want to have something that's a representation of him, without any drama. So I want to give the class of 2000 the opportunity to. He's the first one out of the class of 2000 that's that the class of 2000 has lost. So I want to give them the opportunity to come out. All the JFK people, all his family and loved ones who were in Mississippi who didn't get a chance to attend the funeral that was in Illinois. So I want to give them a chance to come through and celebrate, his homegoing with us. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully we'll have what we call, instead of a repast, we'll have a pep rally. Hopefully somewhere else in Mount Bayou right after that, where we'll have some food and stuff where we can sit down and talk, and just for us to fellowship and get to know each other. So that's going to be tentatively scheduled for the 23rd, but I haven't confirmed that with Mr. Smith. So I'm going to put the exact date out within a week. So I'm going to just kind of keep checking the event center that I put on Facebook, So, yeah. I really appreciate everybody, man, that, that showed some love, that said a prayer, that sent a card, you know what I mean, that helped with the trip, you know what I mean. All my boys and stuff, we stayed at the same hotel, so all of us, kind of went to the funeral together and hung out in St. Louis and stuff. Even though it was a sad occasion, man, we kind of caught up and just talked about what we need to do. What's up, classmate? How you been doing? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's imperative, man, that we keep being a community of people who love on each other. You know what I mean? And so this is my way of, man, saying thank you to everybody. I know everybody's not on here, but the thing about Facebook, you can save it. I post it to my YouTube channel as soon as I finish it, man, so we can, and Chantrell, man, I want you to make sure that, you send me some pictures of the marriage and give me permission to share that, you know what I'm saying, so I can introduce him as Nate's son, you know what I mean. So, yeah, because he looks so much like us to where, and it's no time for, secrecy or whatever, or trying to save or spare somebody's feelings. That's over with. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. That's over with. So, and that's just it. So he's blood. He's blood. And so I just think a lot of his family would really love on him, and that's just it. Ain't no way to say it. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it. Ain't no way to say it to where it'll be tasted in somebody's mouth. You know, it's time out for that, man. You know what I mean? So, uh, if he was here, you know, I think he would agree with me or whatever, man. So, you know, he's my grandson, so, you know, I don't have anything to hide. You know what I'm saying? They'll be fine. You know, so God didn't, God don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So God don't make mistakes. You know, and that's just it. You know, what's done is done. So we can't change it. You know, like I said, man, the only thing we got to do is just continue to live for tomorrow, man. You can't change yesterday. So you can put yesterday behind you. You know what I mean? Hey, Julia, man, I'm sorry about your mom, man. Our neighbor, I grew up behind you guys, man, and she was always sweet, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think the same week that Nate passed, you know, your mom passed, so, you know, I'm sorry, I haven't got a chance. I told Linda, you know, to tell you, give you my condolences and everything, so, yeah, I'm really sorry for that. So, hey, Ann, how you doing? You know, so it's good to see you, man. I was just, hey, what's up? How you doing? How you holding up, Julie? You know, really sorry to hear about mom, man. Of course, you heard about Nate, so, you know what I mean? So both of us were grieving pretty much the same time and everything, so, you know, my heart goes out to you guys and stuff like that. She's a real strong woman, you know? And so, yeah, I just wanted to say that. It's just so much happening, man. So love on the people that you have around you, man, while you're here, because any day, just like us, Eric, it's to be almost a year in November. You know what I mean? Next month be a year. It don't even seem like it. Seemed like just yesterday, man, we was having Miss Parrish film. So, you know, there's just so much happening, man. It's just so much happening. So we gotta love on the people that we have, you know, while we're still here. And while they're still here, and while we're still here, and while we can. There's so much strife in between different family and everything. And so much, yeah, me too. Me too, I have been since that day. Since Linda told me, you know. I had just talked to her that night over to Bobby's, my sister Bobby's house. And, yeah. And the next day, you know, she told me. You know, so, yeah, we're lifting both our families up in prayer. But everything's going to be good, man. God got us, you know what I mean? No doubt. So God has it. So you guys take care, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out, man. You know, take care. You know, Tammy, let me know, man, if he's still up. If my grandson's still up, you can give me a call, and we can talk right after this or whatever. You know what I mean? Julie, you guys take care. You know, Erica, JP, everybody. Mark, you guys take care, man. Kent, you know what I mean? I love you guys, man. I'll be back live and strong. So I'm going to put this on YouTube. So I really appreciate you guys coming out, spending some time with me. All right? Yeah. Yeah, love you too. Yeah, tell Paul what's up. You know what I mean? So we got the love on them. We got the same grandkid. So we're family too, you know what I mean? Little Lisa, little Jackie. And the new baby coming up soon. You know what I mean? So, what's up, Joe? How you doing? You know? So you guys take care, man. I see you guys hopefully when I get back from training. I'll be out of town for training for a few days, and hopefully I see you guys again Saturday, man. If not tomorrow, maybe I get in tomorrow. We can talk about some mass incarceration, community development stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to show my face for a minute, man. Let you guys know. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing time with me. You know what I mean? Support me in the burial of you know, my son, my oldest son, Nathaniel. And so, yeah, I love you guys. You guys take care. All right.